What is up, beautiful beings of planet Earth? Today we're going to be talking about choice and how every single second of every single day we have a choice. And it's not just how we react to every situation that comes at us or that we experience throughout our days. It's a conscious decision to be able to shift our energy in a way that steers us in a different direction. So have you ever heard you wake up in a bad mood and the rest of your day is going to go in that way? Or on the other hand, if you wake up feeling energized and ready for the day, you're going to have a great day. I disagree with that saying. I think that even if you wake up in a bad mood, you can consciously decide to change that vibration and steer it in the direction that you would like your day to go. Hello, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Gabriella, and this is CreHEARTive Inspiration. So, choice, the decisions we make, not just every day, but every second, every moment, every experience throughout every single day of our lives. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. How we choose to feel, how we choose to react, how we consciously decide to experience our reality is ultimately up to us. So, kind of like I explained at the beginning, every moment is a timeline shift. So let's take, for example, if you're driving down the road and someone cuts you off and you decide to just let it go instead of honking your horn, being like, oh, what's this guy's deal? Really, if you think about it, every single person on the road, when we're out there, out and about, doing our errands, getting from point A to point B, is just trying to do the best that they can. Most of the time, how someone reacts to you has nothing to do with you. We don't know what people are dealing with in their lives. We don't know what anyone is going through. So that's where we have grace and mercy on other people. And being able to know within your own mind and your own consciousness that those little things, if we react to them, it's not really because of what the other person is doing. It's a deeper wound within us. So once we become aware of why we're reacting to certain things, then we can learn to let those things go. Because, like I said, usually those little tiny things in life that rise up a surge of nervousness within our bodies, within our vessels, stems from a deeper stress that we are personally going through. So being able to not let those things affect you, and it's not just the little things, it's the big things. It's how a coworker reacts, or if they're going through something, how their energy can affect you, but making sure we don't give our power away to other people and circumstances is basically what this whole conversation is about. So once we decide to make a choice to react negatively or aggressively or in a way that isn't ideal to our path and what we're doing that day, we basically give that thing or that person power. And it's allowing external circumstances to control your life. And the first step is awareness. Awareness that this particular thing has taken my power away. And I don't want to do that. So let's say you react to that person in traffic. And you're like, oh, this guy, honk, honk, honk. And then you're like, ooh, I don't like that feeling. I don't want to feel that. Then we redirect, and we can choose every single time throughout every single day of our lives. Okay, I'm not going to feed that energy. I'm going to let that energy pass through me, and I'm going to choose to continue to have a good day. I'm going to choose to redirect my focus, and I'm not going to let that external influence impact my emotional state. So here's something that I feel like isn't talked about enough. So I'm not saying to ignore your emotions. I'm not saying to neglect what you're feeling, but there is a difference between feelings and sensations. So obviously we need to pay attention to our feelings and what is happening internally within us, and how we can go about healing certain aspects of our lives. But when it comes to reactionary situations or things that shouldn't really impact us but do sometimes, those can be more referred to as sensations within the body. So a rise of nervousness, anxiety over things that don't necessarily need to be given that power, and being able to tell the difference between feelings and emotions and sensations in our body, that all of those things we need to pay attention to. But when we have those sensations over the little things or even the big things in life, we can consciously choose to not let that impact where we're going or impact the rest of our day. So let's say you wake up in the morning feeling anxiety or excitement, nervousness or excitement. And in a way, those feelings are very similar, but one is more of like a worry, like unknown, like what's gonna happen today, or like a nervousness of whatever you have to do that day. And then the other side would be excitement of like, oh, I'm so empowered and ready for the day. I know personally I've experienced both of those. And when I do experience the nervous feeling, and it happens in my stomach, sometimes I have neutral days when I wake up where I'm like, okay, I don't feel either or, I just feel kind of neutral today. But when I have like the nervousness or like the unknown, like anxiety feeling in the morning, I can redirect that, and I can let that voice in my head say, it's okay, we don't have to figure everything out today, everything is going to get figured out, and almost like soothe and comfort that feeling within, and be able to redirect it and be like, okay, let's write this out. What do we need to figure out this day? Make it easily doable with actionable steps, and actually writing out what I need to accomplish that day or accomplish that week, so I'm not feeling overwhelmed. Obviously with the excitement feeling, we can just ride that wave, but sometimes too, I know for me personally, when I feel excited too, like I can be like, oh, okay, like this, and this, and I have to slow myself down, be like, okay, like I know you're excited, and it's not a bad thing. None of these feelings are bad. It's just learning how to understand your body and what your body is telling you, and how to redirect when things don't feel good within your body. And even if something doesn't feel good, that doesn't make it bad. So I really think that most of the time, like, there really is no good or bad. It's every single emotion, every single sensation that I was talking about is all meant to show us something. Like I've talked about before, our body is meant to teach us. And so if we can tune in to where we feel those sensations, we can understand them more. And we don't have to give in to any emotion, any sensation, any feeling within the body that we're not ready to give into, because feelings and emotions are deeper. Sensations are more of like the surface level things on the outside, trying to distract us, trying to get in the way, trying to make us look externally and find more validation on maybe how we're feeling. And so we don't have to react to those things. We can internalize it and ask questions, be like, okay, why am I feeling this way? And be able to redirect, find our center again, and not let those things bother us, and just kind of let it go. And another thing I wanted to kind of pull back in towards the end of this video is most of the time when someone is trying to project an energy on us that isn't ours, and they are just dealing with something in their own life, it has nothing to do with us, especially if it's a stranger, like all the time if it's a stranger. Those interactions that we have are meant to, I don't like to say test, but meant to show us that we don't have to let that be a distraction, and being able to become aware of those things and make the choice every single time to go back to our center and back to love, and to show these people mercy. Even if someone is angry, yelling at you, you can send love back to them, because that is what's within you, and those people need that, right? So showing mercy is unconditional love, and that ties into every experience that we have. And the more that we could not judge other people, even people that are close to us, for their own insecurities and their own emotions and what they're dealing with, the more that we can be at peace in our own being. We are not meant to live in misery. And making that choice every single day. And it goes back to, in my last video, I talked about doubt and how that inner voice, that inner voice saying like, I don't know if you can do this, I don't know if you're good enough, like, let the voice of empowerment and love cradle that inner voice, because externally, anything that happens around us can almost validate the doubt, the fear, the victim mentality within us. And we don't want to let the external control what we do, how we think. And so going back to us and trusting within us, like, we really need to come back to ourselves and not look externally for any type of validation, whether it be the hero validation within us or the doubt validation within us, because both of them want validation, right? And if we stop giving validation to the doubt side, then guess what comes through? The choice to be our own hero once again. So I just really wanted to get that message out. I feel like, especially during this time, like, we know a lot's going on, and cosmically there's been so many things this year that have happened that haven't happened in 7, 12, hundreds of years. Like, the earth and the universe and our world is changing, and the more that we can stay empowered, the more that we can start living the life that we've always dreamed of and change this world in a way, change our worlds, not the world. I mean, little by little, as people continue to change their own world and change the way they think and not be in that victim mentality, and to choose every single moment of every single day to go back to love and center and heart and mercy for others. Anyways, I love you guys. If you enjoyed this message, I would love if you wanted to like the video and comment your personal experience. I would love to hear from you in the comments. And if you're vibing with me, go ahead and give me a subscribe, and we'll talk soon.